in. It's Thursday morning, in case you guys didn't know that. Some of you guys may have been up all night. I don't know. You might still think it's Wednesday. You might still think you're on a hump day, but you're not. It's Thursday. Let's do this. Does anybody got any qualms about Thursdays? Y'all know how I am. Mondays are cool. Tuesdays are the worst day in the history of God's universe. Wednesdays are hump days. We got to do it. What's Thursday? Y'all got a qualm with Thursday? Does Thursday have a feel to y'all? I don't know. Thursday might be your Monday. Anyway, guys, how y'all doing this morning? Let's see what we got. Nikki, first this morning. What's up, sis? Representing the Canimals. Finding Keno. Ghetto raid. Huh. Ghetto's raiding me. Ghetto, did you stay up all night doing a live, brother? Appreciate y'all coming in, Garrett and Finding Keno, Alien Believers. Ohio Prepper, good morning, sis. Rockadoodle Farms, cock-a-doodle-doo to you, my friend. Militant, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you. Four Corners, what's up, man? Ghetto did send you, huh? Man, Four Corners, I haven't seen you in a long time since I was doing the daily rant. Good to see you. Adventures of D's, what's up, brother? Ghost, the original cannibal, man. What's up, brother? Gato did not send you. Got you. Jerry, good morning from the Blue Ridge. Joseph, what's up, brother? Good morning, man. Made the live. Joseph, check it out. Got it yesterday, man. Appreciate you, brother. This shirt is badass. Just ask my wife. I'll wear it until it's threadbare. When I like a shirt, that's what I do. Hillbilly Homesteader in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Tiger, good morning. The Best Life. Good morning. Let's see. Big Mama Steph. Good morning, my sister. There he is. I'm her Huckleberry. What's up, brother? Good morning. Stars in the house. Candle. What's up? Loretta, what's up, my sis? All the heavy hitters in here. Boxo, what's up, brother? Shift Kicker, what's going on with you? IB Rules, Lisa. There's Ghetto. What's up, man? Appreciate the raid. TT1 representing. What's up, man? Lone Dog John. What's up, my brother? Good morning. Good morning. Fish Sticks. Good morning. Everybody coming in this morning. Tebby, what's up? Good morning, sis. Another cannibal in the house. Milkmaid. Another cannibal. Yeah, cannibals be representing here in this morning, guys. Vaughn, good morning, brother. Moose Man. What's up? Jack me off in the house. You know, I had to say it. Mama Liam, good morning. Good morning, everybody. All right, we'll get started. Y'all know me. I'll go down this whole chat and just say good morning to every person that I see and don't recognize. So we'll get into it, man. I want to talk about J6 this morning. Some weird stuff going on around this, and we know it's all politically motivated. We know that the folks involved there are not being treated, but some members of Congress have been trying to get in there. They've been trying to get in the jail to see the people, and the lady that runs the prison will not allow them. She's locking members of Congress from going into jail and visiting these prisoners. Why? Why is she blocking? Where are they hiding? You know. But anyway, we're going to get into it. Marjorie Taylor Greene is throwing some facts on how these folks are being treated. Before we get into that, though, Liz Cheney, she's on the J6 commission, and I think she's like the only Republican on the commission, you know, because it is a bipartisan commission. You got to have at least one to consider it that, right? But check her out, man.
Indeed, according to the records, multiple Fox News hosts knew the president needed to act immediately. They texted Mr. Meadows, and he has turned over those texts. Quote, Mark, the president needs to tell people in the Capitol to go home. This is hurting all of us. He is destroying his legacy, Laura Ingraham wrote. Please get him on TV. Destroying everything you have accomplished, Brian Kilmeade texted. Quote, can he make a statement? Ask people to leave the Capitol, Sean Hannity urged. As the violence continued, One of the president's sons texted Mr. Meadows, quote, "He's got to condemn this ASAP."
All right, so she was reading. So the U.S. government went to the phone companies and said, "Hey, we're doing this J6 commission. We need all these private records." And yeah, sure, whatever you need, boss. We're on it. So they gave private citizens texts to the J6 commission, unconstitutional and illegal. Just want to point that out. But you know, when does that ever stop them? When is doing something illegal ever stop this corrupt government, right? Anyway, hey man, Frenchman, good morning. Glad you made it, my brother. But anyway, Window Liquor, good morning. So and she's reading off these texts of everything that happened on January 6th, and we're going to try and use that as a way to prove that there was some big collusion with the Trump campaign, with the Trump administration to, incite people to go to the Capitol and overthrow it and all this stuff. They actually proved the opposite. All these texts that she was reading were people trying to get in touch with President Trump and tell him to say something to stop people from going there. So they actually just undermined their entire story, their whole narrative to try to get Trump again. They're trying to find a way to get President Trump in prison. That's what they're trying to do. That's the whole purpose of the J6. And anyone else they can connect to him in any way and get them in jail. But anyway. So Marjorie Taylor Greene and a few other folks who are trying to investigate what another aspect of it, the poor people who have been locked up in prison who just happened to get caught that day, except that one undercover federal agent who, remember a couple of weeks ago, I showed the video where on January 5th, he was trying to incite people to go. Where's he at? He's not in prison. But anyway, listen to what she says, some of the conditions, the way they're treating these prisoners, man.
But the January 6th defendants are being treated differently on a whole nother level. They have been beaten by the guards. They are called white supremacists. They are denied religious services, haircuts, shaving, the ability to trim their fingernails. There's more outrageous things happening there. They're denied time with their attorneys. They are denied the ability to even see their families and have their families visit there. They are denied bail and being held there without bail. Many of these people have never been charged for a crime before. Some of them are veterans, and the treatment is unbelievable. They are told they have to denounce President Trump. They are told that their views are the views of cult members, even though these are men that every single night at 9 o'clock at night, they put their hand over their heart and sing the national anthem voluntarily.
She spoke for about 45 minutes on this stuff, and it was crazy some of the things they were saying, what they're doing to those folks in there. And someone commits a crime. I believe in the legal system. You should have your day in court. You should have a fair trial. And while you're waiting for your fair trial, you shouldn't have any cruel and unusual punishment. And they're talking about the conditions in this jail. It's a very old prison. Certain parts of it have been shut down because of the conditions, because there's no heat or air. There's mold growing in certain parts of it. It's been reported that there's rampant vermin infestations in it. So this is where these folks are living, and they're not allowed to cut their hair. They're not allowed to shave. Some of them have to go days without washing themselves because they won't. The guards won't let them out of their jail. They're beat by the guards. They're treated like scum. And they're trying to get them to denounce Trump. The hell's that got to do with a fair trial? If they've committed a crime, give them their day in court. Well, are they being interrogated every day? That's what I mean. And no one's allowed to go in there. No one. They can't meet with their families. They're denied access to their attorneys. All because of politics, man. And these are United States citizens being held in a prison in our nation's capital, and this is happening to them. You know what I mean? This should be the #1 news story everywhere. this and what's going on with Jizzy Max and her trial, with a worldwide sting where all the elites of the world are connected to it. These should be the number one things that we're talking about, not fake hate crime hoaxes and all that stuff that they're trying to push on us. What's going on with this unconstitutional way that these people are being held in jail without bail, without access to just basic needs? I mean, they treat hardened rapists and murderers better than they are treating these folks, these political prisoners, you know. But freaking J6, man. What's up, Hoop? Yeah, and they won't let members of Congress inside. Isn't that ridiculous? That right there is a red flag. That should show us that something's going on here. But what do? The president don't care. You know, that's why we got to get this administration out of here, man. They are authoritarian and they are dictators. That's exactly what they are. They have a puppet guy in the Oval Office, and we don't even know who's pulling all the strings. Look what PSAC said about the J6.
I don't have anything to report to you at this point in time about our plans. I expect we will have more as we get closer to the end of the year. But, you know, the president, January 6th was one of the darkest days in our democracy. It was a day that our capital, our nation's capital, was under attack. And I think there's no question you'll see us commemorate that.
They're going to commemorate January 6th because, you know, because the former Vice President Joe Biden, he saved democracy. He saved it, guys. And so he's going to commemorate it. And because it wasn't just an attack on our capital, it was an attack on our nation's capital. That's what PSAC just said. She had to make a point. Our nation's capital, not just the capital, it's the nation's capital. They're going to commemorate it. But are they really? Are they going to make a holiday on this? Like, how do you commemorate something like this? Are they going to commemorate the death of Ashley Babbitt, the only one who died as a result of this, one of the protesters? So ridiculous, man. It's just clown world. Sage News, what's up, brother? I'll check it when we get done here, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Ghost, man, I sent you a text yesterday. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. Awaken one. Good morning. But anyway, speaking of PSAC, and we'll switch gears a little bit here. The whole J6 thing infuriates me, man. The entire speech that Marjorie Taylor Greene, like the whole thing she was talking about, how members in Congress are fighting against her and the others who are trying to get into the jail, and they're trying to bring light on what's going on with this. They're fighting her tooth and nail. They're trying to get them thrown out of Congress. They're calling them white supremacists. They're trying to, you got members like the Squad, AOC, Ayanna Pressley, Rashida Tlaib, Cori Bush, Ilhan Omar. They're trying to write legislation calling them white supremacists to get them kicked out of. This is what they're doing. They're just trying to solidify their power. They're not serving the U.S. citizens anymore, guys. They're not serving us. They're taking our tax dollars, making themselves rich, and empowering themselves so that they can enslave the rest of us. Taxation without representation. We know what that leads to. It's time. It's been past time, you know. Anyway, I'm about to get in trouble on YouTube. Switching gears, talking about the inflation. All right. No one denies in our country that we're in a dangerous amount of inflation here, but they keep trying to spin it. And they keep trying to pass the buck too. They won't take responsibility for their policies because they have what have led to the inflation. All right. But PSAC, look what she says.
The president thinks the way people across the country, American families, digest inflation is by price increases. And if you look at industry to industry, it's a little different. So, for example, the president, the Secretary of Agriculture have both spoken to what we've seen as the greed of meat conglomerates. That is an area when people go to the grocery store and they're trying to buy a pound of meat, 2 pounds of meat, 10 pounds of meat. The prices are higher. That is, in his view, and the view of our Secretary of Agriculture, because of of, you could call it corporate greed, sure. You could call it jacking up prices during a pandemic. There are other areas where we've seen increases because of supply chain issues, and we're seeing those increases around the world as it relates to gas prices, oil supply, and things along those lines. So I would say there's some areas where we have seen corporations profit from the pandemic, and certainly the president would agree with that component.
So, talking about inflation, at first, what she says in the beginning, talking about the American people, I hate when they talk down to us like we're stupid. She's like, well, the way the American people digest inflation is through the rising prices. No shit, Sherlock. Of course, that's how we do. That's what inflation is all about. How do we live? How do we stretch our dollar? When we go and work hard and get a paycheck, we go to pay our bills, to buy food, to put gas in our vehicles. Yes, that's exactly how we digest inflation. And it's not going good, PSAC. It's really not going good. You know, your policies are killing us, man. I mean, but anyway, she goes on and she blames it on the people selling the stuff. You know, they keep passing the buck. Well, it's those greedy meat conglomerates, man. You know, you can't get a T-bone steak because the greedy meat conglomerates had nothing to do with inflation. It's not our policies. We're out there. We're working for the common man, the average man, dude. Blame the greed of the corporations. The U.S. government is the largest corporation in the world. You know what I like when they do the White House .gov things, the the interpreter who's doing the sign language always looks like she's mocking everything Jen says, like the expressions and stuff. Sometimes it looks like she rolls her eyes. That's hilarious. I like to watch her when PSAC talks. She sure is, man. She's a good mouthpiece, isn't she? Right. I know, man. They tax the mess out of our dollar, don't they? Can't keep their hands out of our pockets. Wizard, what's up, man? Good morning. So anyway, this is what's on a lot of people's minds. So every time a former vice president, you know, is at a podium, people's asking him about it. Now, I'm gonna play this clip. I want you guys to see if you can figure out what the former vice president is talking about here, because it's not clear at all, man. And let me see. Yeah, here we go. Let's check in with Brandon.
And you ain't black.
You lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Come on, man. I got hairy legs. Go, you know the thing. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. I'm worried about families and elderly grandparents and what their lives are at stake. Everyone is a little harder. So, you know, grandmom can walk out without having, out of her porch without worrying about falling, can take care of herself, can be left alone. They're going to keep working to pay the bills. Look, my plan is simple. We're going to make sure we take care of mom. We're going to take care of the child.
$81 million votes, folks. The heck was he talking about? What? That didn't explain anything. He's talking about grandmas and how everyone's harder, and it's like, what? What are you talking about, Joe? Man, what is going on? How are we here? What do we do, man? Jeez. Makes me wish every American citizen would have went to the Capitol on J6. You know, they couldn't put all of us in that jail. Jeez, man. Gosh. First, they blame the greedy corpse. Next, they'll call for price controls that leads to increased shortages. Happens the same way in every collapse. Prep. Amen, brother. Grow food, guys. Grow food. I mean, we're marching straight along to the collapse of the republic and socialism. It's on the way. Yeah, that too. denying food to the unjabbed. They're already talking about that, denying basic needs and stuff to people who aren't vaccinated, and they're doing it in other countries already. Yeah, right, brother. Good gracious, man. Pelosi, she looks horrible, man. I saw her. I almost made a clip of something from yesterday, but it was just it just wasn't even worth it. She looks terrible. She was talking about how Joe Biden's just perfect. He's glad he's here. He's perfect. She's doing that thing, you know. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you don't need a double barrel AR-15 that holds 30 magazines. I would like to see that gun. A double barrel and holds 30 magazines. What the heck, man? So anyway, I was watching Matt Walsh yesterday from the Daily Wire, and he did this segment. He's talking about this college swim team. You know, they're letting trans folks on different teams. I'll just put it that way. But anyway, there's this girl on this college swim team who's, you know, a handsome girl, and she has a dingle bopper and some hanksters between her legs. But anyway, they're at a swim meet, okay? And this girl was competing with real girls. So, of course, she won, but whoever was second place was 40 seconds behind her. Check this out, man. It's freaking ridiculous. Watch how the crowd doesn't cheer for her when she wins.
See, the arrow there, okay, kind of the middle lane. There's the arrow. That is Leah Thomas. Okay, he's finished. And listen, do you hear anybody cheering in the crowd? They're not cheering. He finished. He won. So middle lane there where the arrow was, he's done. And now he's waiting. Now we see some female competitors. They're coming up to the wall. Are they going to be second? No, they still have a whole other lap to go. And we've got someone else, some people on the far lane there. Are they coming? Is that going to be second? Are they second place? No, not second. We still haven't got to second place. They've got a whole other lap to go. Okay, now finally we get second place. There is, and listen to this.
All right, so 40 seconds, man. That dude blew them away. And they wonder why folks are upset about this. And we keep saying it's not fair. It's okay if you want to call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. But it's not fair for you to compete with real ladies, man. I mean, come on, 40 seconds behind. Did you see that? See how long that gap that was? That dude blew them away. The crowd was like, yeah. And then when the second place lady made it, which she should have been first, the crowd started cheering for her and everything. They know. The crowd knows. You know what's real sad, though, is that they make the team lie. Like, her teammates have to lie and say how proud of her they are and all this stuff. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they need to, man. All the female athletes in the world, especially the pro ones, need to stand up against this. You know, if you believe in feminism, you should believe in standing up against this. I can't believe feminists are allowing men to take over being a woman. You know, feminism is dead, in my opinion. It sure does, man. It sure does. And criminals. Calamity Jane, what's up? I saw someone I wanted to say hey to. G2, good morning, sis. It's good to see you, man. All my West Coast brothers and sisters, when y'all come in here and hang out with us in the morning, I appreciate it. Roots, what's up? It's another one. Ghetto. Let's see. I just saw Auslander. What's up? Auslander, my brother. What's going on, man? Good evening to you, brother. Over there in Aussie land. All right, guys, I got one more clip. I'm gonna wrap it up. So Juicy was found guilty on 5 out of 6 accounts, right? The hate hoax was revealed. Did the mainstream media, did they say, well, okay, maybe we've been pushing this hate hoax stuff too far? We humbly asked for forgiveness, and we're gonna move on from this. No, they didn't. They doubled down. They didn't apologize. You guys remember Bubba Wallace, the NASCAR driver? The big thing. They said they found a noose hanging in the garage. Turns out it was not a noose. It was just a rope that they used to close the bay door, right? And it had like a knot and a loop in it. It was not a noose. And it took 15 FBI agents to go there and investigate to realize that, man. The rope had been there for about a year. It just made it easier to shut the door. And it wasn't a noose because it was just a loop. Because when you pull on it, if it was a noose, it would have been a slip knot, right? It would have tightened around your hand and broke it. But it did not do that. So it was not a noose. So, but anyway, they're bringing this back up, man. Like, I forget who it was, ABC or CBS or NBC, one of them. They did like a little documentary on the Bubba Wallace thing. All right. I want you to watch this. This is just a clip of it, just the beginning of it.
I just wanted to stand with him during the national anthem to show my support for him, and was appalled by what I had learned. And then as drivers got involved, I think crew members, team managers, team owners, it really started to snowball within a very short period of time. Most incredible, non-competitive moment in sports I'd ever seen. That moment, I can feel the weight of that moment, and I think we all did as we were walking.
You know, a lot of that was just the music that they were playing. You know, just really makes you swell up, makes tears come to your eyes. But I took that music out. I was just playing around with it this morning, and I played like some goofy like music over it. It was a completely different clip. I couldn't get it uploaded in time, but isn't that ridiculous? They're doing all this and then they're saying all these things, but in the end, guys, it doesn't matter because it was nothing. It was just a pull rope to shut the door. So what's the big deal? You know what I mean? Like, they're still pushing. It's like, yes, it was great that all of NASCAR came behind Bubba Wallace when they thought it was a hate crime thing, that someone was trying to be racist. And all of the major sports, even NASCAR, were scrambling during this whole time, man. Because we got to remember, NASCAR is a corporation, just like the NBA is a corporation, just like the NFL, MLB. They're all just big corporations, okay? And they're going to knuckle under and do whatever the establishment tells them to do. So I think they knew from the beginning that's what that rope was. Because, you know, it's been there for a year. They've been using it. And all of a sudden, oh, God, it's a news. Call the FBI. You know, did it really take 15 FBI agents to show up and investigate? Didn't they know? Don't you think the people in NASCAR knew that? These drivers, the mechanics, everybody in the pit. I think they knew that rope had always been there and that it was not a noose. So, but they're still going to push it, man. They're still going to push it. Now, how many dumb people who don't realize that was just another hoax they're pushing? They're watching this documentary about this. So stupid. So uninformed. Prepper Days in the house. What's up, brother? Let's see you this morning. Yeah, I know, right? You confused about the Bubba Wallace thing? It's not a commercial. It was a clip from like a little documentary that one of the major networks was doing. They did like a whole thing on it, man. They interviewed his mom, and she was crying, talking about how she just felt so good that, you know, in this time in our nation, that someone would do that to her son. And I was like, no one did anything. What are you doing? Are they just going to deny that it turned out in the end that it was not a hate crime, that no one hung a noose? You know, it's just, geez, man. Yeah, man, all the freaking ratings for all the major sports bombed, and I'm glad. I hope they all go bankrupt. All those $1 million athletes whining and stuff, talking about oppression. Give me a break. But anyway, I'm gonna end. I'm gonna end with a clip from Ron DeSantis. Man, that dude is making some moves down in Florida, and he's actually making moves on the national scene. Like they sent a bunch of aid and stuff to Kentucky, and a lot of people on the far left are like, "Why are you doing that? You stay out of your state. You're not from Kentucky." He's doing it because Kentucky and Florida are both in the same country, and we're fellow citizens. And Ron DeSantis is a good politician. He knows what he's doing. That's why I think he's angling for the White House. But anyway, they passing new legislation in Florida. It's called the Anti-Woke Act, I think is what it is. They're making wokeness illegal in Florida, man. But check out old Ronnie D. Let me see wait a minute. There he is.
Standards to scapegoat someone based on their race, to say that they're inherently racist, to say that they're an oppressor or oppressed or any of that. And that's good and that's important. But we also have to realize that we got to do more to make sure that that actually carries the day in the classrooms and in our society. So today we are going to be introducing to the public, and we have legislators who are going to help us with this, a new piece of legislation for the upcoming legislative session called Stop Wrongs Against Our Kids and Employees Act, the Stop Woke Act. And it's something that and this will do a number of things that are very important. One, it will put into statute the Department of Education's prohibition on CRT in K through 12 schools. No taxpayer dollars should be used to teach our kids to hate our country or to hate each other.
Amen. I'm in agreement with that. He's making the right moves, man. We'll see what happens. The next few years are going to be very interesting. The 2022 elections, the midterm elections are going to be interesting. I think we all know what's going to happen. And seeing the reaction from the other side is going to be very telling to what their move is going forward. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. I think we have to keep an eye on the Rhino Republicans because of what Trump came in and did. He completely destroyed the GOP and made something new. And so they've been scrambling, trying to take it back. And I think this administration is going to try and help them. I mean, are our elections fair and secure? We'll find out, won't we? Anyway, guys, that's all the time we got for this morning, man. I hope you guys got something out of the day. Hope you got your reload, got your caffeine, got your salt for the day. You're 556, you're 762. Let's go out there in the world. Let's change the culture and be prepared, man. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If I don't see you somewhere in the community, somewhere out there in the ether today, I'll see you guys here hopefully tomorrow morning. Y'all have a great day. God bless.